Previously on Dirt Nights.
Damn you.
We call him the Wizard of Watertown, John Tish.
Go from third to fifth. I don't even know what I'm doing here anymore.
Well, that felt good.
Finally.
Bemidji, Minnesota's Mike Spaulding works his way back up to the top spot.
Here we go, Marshalltown, Iowa. It is showtime. Here comes the Reaper on the outside. And Center the Ocean, side by side action.
Down the front straightaway across the line. The 17 of Spaulding still got the top spot. Sanders on the bottom and Tesh in the middle.
The first annual RE/MAX USRA Nationals is tearing up the Mississippi Thunder Speedway in Fountain City, Wisconsin. We're 20 laps into the 50-lap feature with an incredible story developing up front. The comeback kid, Mike Spaulding, who's been through hell and back over the last 6 years, both off the track and more recently on the track, is in the lead with the life-changing possibility of a $12,000 paycheck waiting at the finish line.
Bemidji, Minnesota's Mike Spaulding works his way back up to the top spot, and Tesh and Sanders settle into second and third.
But the 17S has a long way to go with the best modifieds in the world on his tail, including the hottest driver in the game right now, fellow Dirt Knight John Tesh.
The best seat in the house, watching it unfold in front of him.
Spaulding and John Tesh, door to door, wheel to wheel into turn number 3. Tesh and Spaulding. Tesh in the middle, Spaulding on the top.
We've got him high, we've got him low, we've got him in the middle. They're running anywhere they can find grip. Tesh retakes the lead in the 14.
Spaulding not giving up. He's going to drive right back to the outside of the 14 as they head down the back straightaway.
Heavy traffic from 6th on back. Mark Noble and Tommy Weeder Jr. have been embroiled in a door-to-door battle ever since the drop of the green flag.
And Dan, keep an eye on that 19R of Ryan Gustin. He is halfway back up through the field after going to the tail.
Ryan Gustin running on a racing room at the top of the track. He's got that 19 so high on the banking.
Right now, the focus is on the halfway point, when officials have scheduled a mandatory stop for refueling and maintenance. The lap 25 leader also receives a $1,000 bonus.
Here's your leader in turns 3 and 4. John Tesh, 24 laps down, one more to go before we're at the halftime point. And John Tesh is looking for a grand here. The 12H of Hansen has some sheet metal trouble on the back straightaway. Caution is out, we'll slow him down now.
The Wizard of Watertown is as fast as ever again tonight and claims the $1,000 mid-race bonus.
I'm nervous as hell right now. We drove to the front of this deal, but we're taking an intermission at lap 25, so we've got 25 more laps to go. So I'd sure like to win this deal, but we got a ways to go.
But there's one car on the track that may be even a little faster.
That Phillips dumped me.
The Gressel Racing 19R and Ryan Gustin went to the back of the field after getting spun out by Terry Phillips on lap 4. At the midpoint, he's all the way back up to 7th.
What'd you dump me for, man?
I was underneath you and I went down and I had it locked up. I didn't mean to hit you, but I was one beside you.
I didn't see him.
I was down low, I had a run.
I didn't see it.
I had it locked up.
All right, I just want to know.
It's rare for a dirt modified team to get a chance to make mid-race adjustments. For a team that's struggling, it's a chance to straighten things out. But for a guy with a fast car like leader John Tesh, the question becomes, to tweak or not to tweak?
You can get away with just putting the right rear on. We don't need to put a set on, do we? Huh? I mean, they're going to set. They should size up pretty close, you're thinking, or what? We should find a staggered thing.
As Tesh and Sponge struggle with whether or not to fix what isn't broken, Mike Spaulding searches for the right adjustment. He led 14 of the first 25 laps, but faded to fourth right before the break.
Thing's pretty hot already in 20. I said it's pretty hot, your right rear.
Fellow Dirt Knight Corey Drips, who was knocked out of the race on lap 2, jumps in to help get the 17S back to the front.
We were good for a while there, and our right rear is feathered off, so we're going to fuel laptop fuel. We're going to get a right rear put on and try to free up the front end a little bit so I can drive through the corner. We'll loosen it up a little bit.
You're putting that back on and taking it off. Throwing it back off. We're going to change this right rear link bar. We're going to change this right rear link bar down a hole to try and tighten you up on the throttle.
Well, on throttle.
Yeah.
Put it on.
Time is running out, and John Tesh is still wrestling with whether or not to make a change on the 14.
Yeah, put it on. Yeah, put it on.
The Tesh team decides to change only the right rear tire. Hopefully, it's all the 14 car needs.
I wish we wouldn't stop, because we're going to bunch everybody up. They said Gustin's coming pretty hard, so we're going to see what we can do. Hopefully we can hold them all off.
Here we go. John Tesh bringing them to the green.
Green flag is out. Segment number 2 with 12 grand on the line is underway.
They charge down into turn number 1. Jim Dollinger going to take a look to the outside. Rodney Sanders to the inside.
This segment brought to you by Eibach Springs. Proven on the track, perfected for the street.
Just like that, we pick up where we left off. 3 wide racing down the back straightaway into turn number 3 under the Coca-Cola scoring tower.
Ryan Gustin maintaining that high line in the 19Rs. He looks to the outside, sprawling now into the top 5.
John Tesh felt the presence of Tim Donlinger on the high line. He led the 14 drift high. So Tesh out front in the 1-4 machine. Rodney Sanders in the 20 down on the bottom.
Dollinger right there in the 4D. Your top 3 throw blanket over him down the front stretch.
Here comes the Reaper. Ryan Gustin in 5th, right behind the 96 of Jay Erke.
Tommy Weeder Jr. is now cracked into that 6th position as Spalding continues to go backwards. Derek Ramirez by him as well.
After a heroic first half of the race, the 17S has tightened up beyond the control of Mike Spalding, and he continues to fade toward the back of the field. While Al Haina, who started 26th, has moved up 6 spots but is struggling with a crowded track.
And now Sanders and Dollinger side by side as they look to the inside of Tesh.
Back up front, the battle for the 12 grand is as wild as ever.
Here comes Gustin.
Gustin wheeling on the outside of Dollinger as they go to 2 runs on a room. Look at the top 4.
Almost had him 4 wide coming on the turn number 2 there. Gustin is just hanging that right rear over the cushion.
Rodney Sanders challenging the 14 of Tesh up front. Now Dollinger going to go up to the top of the racetrack. Gustin almost into the concrete.
Jay Erke going to look to the inside of Ryan Gustin. Tommy Weeder Jr. now to the inside of Gustin's 19 machine.
Rodney Sanders has now stolen the lead from Tesh as they come down the front straightaway.
Leads the lap, the 20 machine, our pole sitter out front. John Tesh in 2nd, Timmy Donlinger in 3rd.
Tommy Weeder Jr. up to that 4th spot as Gustin trying to regain his composure in that 19R and get back up into the 4th spot.
Right down at the bottom of the track, I tell you who's making it work, the 0-2 of Tommy Weeder Jr.
Sanders still leads it. Tesh hanging right with him with Donlinger, Weeder, and Gustin in the top 5.
Ryan Gustin looked like he was going to get up there and tangle with the leaders. He let it drift a little too high and 1 and 2 lost some ground, and he hasn't been able to get back up there and make his presence known.
The rocket Rodney Sanders starting to pull away just a little bit from your top 2 drivers. Donlinger now to the outside of Tesh. Here comes Tommy Weeder Jr.
This time by, it's going to be 40 laps down. We'll have 10 laps remaining in this $12,000 to win modified national event. Down to the final 5 laps for Rodney Sanders. He's going to be happy as a happy Texas native. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3.
With just a few laps remaining, Rodney Sanders is in control. But just when it looks like the rocket is uncatchable, Tesh gets the break he needs.
Lead pack headed down the back straightaway. We've got a car slowing on the outside of corner number 4, Derek Ramirez. Derek Ramirez with the breakdown, bringing out the caution. Oh my! This changes the complexion.
You know who's shaking his head right now, right? Driver the number 20, Rodney Sanders, is saying, no, 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 that's not what I wanted.
2-lap shootout to the gold here tonight at the Mississippi Thunder Speedway. Rodney Sanders leads the pack down the back straightaway. Caution lights are out. Here they come. Green flag comes out. We are back underway. 2 laps to determine the champion here tonight. Tommy Weeder Jr. going to wheel the outside of John Tesh. He's going to steal the second spot as they go 3 wide for the 4th spot. Dowlinger and Gustin now side by side. Tesh going to look to the inside of Weeder as they come down the front straightaway. White flag coming out for Rodney Sanders. 1 lap to go. Weeder to the outside of Tesh, trying to steal that second spot as they go down the back straightaway. Does Weeder have anything for Sanders as they head down the back stretch into turn number 3? 2 laps, 2 turns to go here for the 12 grand as they come out of turn number 4. It is Rodney Sanders, Tommy Weeder Jr., John Tesh, Ryan Gustin, Tim Dowlinger.
They call him the Rocket, and the 20-year-old from Happy, Texas showed us why tonight. Rodney Sanders makes a late race surge and holds off the best drivers in the business for the biggest payday of his young career.
Winner of the first annual USRA Modified Nationals, Rodney Sanders!
Even more impressive when you consider that just over a week ago, the 20 car was on its roof in a mangled mess in Moberly, Missouri. For John Tesh, a 3rd place finish is a bittersweet pill to swallow when he had the lead and the 12 grand in his hands.
I lost $7,000 since the last time we talked. That's a kick in the shorts. We took a little stagger out of the car on the halfway point, and the car was just way too tight on us.
Ryan Gustin drove the wheels off the 19R, and after having to go to the back early, ran all the way up to 4th.
I went down the bottom there on that last lap, made up a lot of ground. I really wish I would have stayed down there. We got down there earlier. That's how it goes. You don't win it, just not, they don't do it for me.
And Mike Spalding proved once and for all that he's got a team to be reckoned with. The 17S led the way for most of the first half of the race before fading back after the break.
We made the show, I'm happy about that, but it just, to have a decent car and then go backwards, it's kind of sucks. But we'll be all right. Grab your glove and pop that off once.
The big money night in Fountain City is over. And for most of the nights, this side trip to the USRA Nationals was well worth it. But now it's back to the hunt for a US MTS National Championship with the season-ending Fall Jamboree just around the corner. There are just 2 races left before the annual season-ending US MTS Fall Jamboree, and they've saved the biggest and baddest for last. Tonight, the Wandering Dirt Warriors are in Oskaloosa, Iowa, home of the legendary Southern Iowa Speedway and its big half-mile of lightning-fast Iowa dirt.
We're close to it getting rained out today. It rained a lot last night. We can't even get in the pits. We're parked out front here by the grandstands. Hopefully the track's in good enough shape. It's pretty soft and wet yet. This is a really, really fast racetrack, so we're hoping for smooth conditions and not rough conditions. But
with just a handful of races left on the schedule, the Reaper, Ryan Gustin, is locked in a 2-man battle for the US MTS National Championship. With just 5 races left, he trails Jason Hughes by 85 points, so he needs every start he can get, and Oskaloosa suits the Reaper just fine.
well, this one here has always treated us good in the past. We won last time here at Oski with this car, so let's have to see.
Tackling this big track will take as much horsepower as the guys can find. So given the choice, the teams will opt for a larger open motor that can produce 80 to 100 more horsepower than the more common spec motor. The Gressel team not only has the motor, they've got the car to go around it, and it's coming out tonight.
Decided to roll the white car out here, bigger track, looking like it's going to be rough to begin with. The first guy here, but the track looks like it's coming around a little better. This car's got an open motor in it versus spec motor, makes probably about 80 horse, 100 horse more. So it helps out a lot of these bigger, longer straightaways and stuff. But gonna give this one a run and see what it's got.
Mike Spalding has gone from being barely able to make a lap to running near the front. And horsepower isn't a concern with the 17S.
Looking forward to have this Mullins open motor on that track, see what we can do here. Last few tracks we've been at were small and just way too much motor, so really looking forward to running here tonight.
Even John Tesh is getting into the horsepower game tonight. No one has been faster than the 14 over the past 2 weeks, but a race car driver is never completely satisfied, and the 14 team has their hands on a new power cell tonight.
We put a new motor in this week. It's a new spec motor that Spuddy built. It's kind of a test deal right now for us, so we're more horsepower than we've ever had. So.
New cars, new motors, and an unforgiving track puts an unusually high premium on tonight's Hot Laps test session.
It's blubbering a little bit. We gotta adjust our carburetor, check our ignition stuff on it. Something's not running quite perfect yet.
I couldn't even see you, really.
I need a lot more gear.
What a turn.
86.
There's not much time for adjustments, especially for John Tesh, who gets the first shot at Southern Iowa Speedway in Heat 1, where he starts in the back of the pack.
Top 8 will redraw for the starting spot here tonight. Logan Staley looking him over. Green line, here we go. Stephen Blattler out on top, showing the way. Mark Elliott and Dickey getting together. Down the backside, Scott Dickey up into that second spot. Jason Hughes in the car number 12 up into that third position. And it's Blattler out on top, showing the way in the 94. The 14 of John Tesh out of Waterton, South Dakota, now standing on the hammer, goes from last to fourth, down the backside, in the car number 14. Out on top, Scott Dickey in car 40, showing the way. Hughes, 1-2, Don Linger in third, Tesh in fourth. White flag, 1 to go. Jason Hughes in that second spot. Tim Donlinger in third. For John Tesh, battle for that fifth spot. Danny Fetters and Mark Elliott. That's Scott Dickey, brings it off at turn 4. The car number 40 out of Packwood. Checkered flag. Jason Hughes in the runner-up spot.
We got to free the car up a little bit, and this track is real demanding on the engine, very demanding. My oil temp was pegged.
That's one ticket to the feature for the Dirt Knights, with 2 big head-to-head heat matchups still to come. The Dirt Knights are in Oskaloosa, Iowa, trying to tame the big half-mile of Southern Iowa Speedway. A couple of old friends and fierce rivals will square off in Heat 2. Corey Drips and running mate Al Haina will start nose to tail, with the A-Train on the pole and the 31 right behind him. The 4R of Derek Ramirez is also on the track, but the Dirt Knights won't have all the star power in this heat. Starting right next to Drips is NASCAR veteran Kenny Wallace. As part of one of the most famous racing families in the world, the Herminator has a lifelong love of the dirt.
You know, I really like to run the USMTS series because I feel that the best modified races in the whole United States are right here. You know, the NASCAR modifieds, it's these guys. The legendary Kelly Shyrock, He's won everything, and now Jason Hughes on his heels, trying to win championships. You got Ryan Gustin, he's the new kid on the block, and he's ruffling their feathers. Hell, we'll travel 12 hours to race with these guys. Very hard to find modifieds throughout the United States that race for a living. These guys race for $2,000, $3,000 to win a night. You know, some of them got sugar daddies, but it doesn't make them bad drivers. They still got to drive the cars. There's a lot of great race car drivers here. There's a lot of great families like Zach Vanderbeek. It's an awesome family, and I just really like racing with these guys. It makes me feel like if I run good, then it makes me feel like I've really done a good job.
If Kenny wants to run against the best, he's got his wish in Heat 2. In addition to Hena, Drips, and Ramirez, he'll face 9-time national champion Kelly Shryock and a red-hot rocket Rodney Sanders, who just won the $12,000 USRA Nationals.
Here we go. Second qualifying heat. Brad Pinkerton going up on the top side. Him and Hena going at it. Pinkerton showing the way down the backside. Brad Pinkerton standing on the hammer. Al Hena and Kenny Wallace now battling for that second spot. Wallace hugging the bottom, takes over that second spot in the 36. Brad Pinkerton, Kenny Wallace 1-2. Al Hena in that third position. Corey Drips in fourth. Battle for that fifth spot. Brad Pinkerton, the Big S Barbecue Klein Automotive and Tire Pro Line Building 17P showing the way. Wallace in that second spot, Drips up into that third position. In fourth, now Rodney Sanders and Al Hena going wheel to wheel, door to door for that fourth position. Sanders to the inside, Hena on the top side, Sanders up to fourth. Brad Pinkerton stretching it out over Kenny Wallace in the 36, the 17P, this time by white flag, 1 to go for Brad Pinkerton. Pinkerton, Wallace 1-2, Drips running in that third position. Fourth, Rodney Sanders. Fifth, Kelly Shryock. Off at turn number 4, New Sharon, Iowa driver Brad Pinkerton. Kenny Wallace in second, Corey Drips in third, Sanders in fourth.
A fantastic finish between the 31 and the Herminator as Corey Drips nearly nips NASCAR veteran Kenny Wallace at the line for second. Still, he's done enough to make the feature.
She's starting to get a little rough, a little choppy up top, but everybody's got a race in it. Starting position's gonna be great. If you got a good free race car with a lot of horsepower, starting up front, get up there on the top and just hammer down. So hopefully everybody gets tight. We can drive by them. We're starting 11th. Hoping for the best.
For Al Hena, it was another terrible run in the 7 car. And to add injury to insult, on the last lap, a big piece of racetrack comes off the 3 car and hits Hena in the chest and head.
Well, it hit here and in the helmet, so it was big.
Jack it up. I can't see nothing. Go the other way with it. Now you took it out. Put this in first, maybe.
Ryan Gustin and the Gressel team are up next, and they need to start a big night because they're running out of laps to catch Jason Hughes in the national championship race.
Mike Spalding, the 17S, standing on the hammer down the backside. Out on top, showing the way, Spalding.
The dirt spitting action is in full gear on Southern Iowa Speedway in Oskaloosa, Iowa. In the hunt for a national championship, Ryan Gustin starts the night 85 points behind Jason Hughes, so he needs a big points night.
Track seemed to be holding together real nice tonight. Car felt decent. Wasn't great by any means. Made a couple changes, hopefully that helped us out. The biggest thing is going to be what the track's going to do, if it's going to hold together or tear apart, or if it gets real good, it might even start rubbering up. If it gets slick enough, just have to wait and see.
Gustin will start 6th, so he'll need to get past some traffic to get to the front where he'll find the 17S and Mike Spaulding, who has another opportunity to prove he belongs on the track with the best drivers in the business.
Mike Spaulding, the 17S, standing on the hammer down the backside. Out on top, showing the way, Spaulding. Blackburn in that second spot. Working turns 3 and 4 out on top, showing the way. From Bemidji, Minnesota, Mike Spaulding. Ryan Preston, the 19R, trying to work his way to the bottom side of the speedway. Blackburn hangs on to that second spot. Gustin in third now. Colt Mather up into that 4th spot. The lead of Colt Mather finding something up there on the top side. Trying to move forward. It's Spaulding showing the way. Ryan Gustin sighted up in front of Blackburn. Takes over that second spot. Now Blackburn off the pace of the 26K. Everybody keeping it going, still clean and green out on top, showing the way. Mike Spaulding, Ryan Gustin in second, Colt Mather in third. Spaulding, Gustin, Mather in, Tommy Weeder now up into that 4th position. Ron Verbeek in 5th, Blackburn in 6th, Jones in 7th, Schafter in 8th. And it's Mike Spaulding now on top, showing the way. Ryan Gustin, Colt Mather, the 2 young racers mixing it up for that second spot. Down the backside, Gustin hanging on to that second position. Colt Mather in third. Gustin, Mather, second and third. Tommy Weeder in 4th. Ron Verbeek out of crossing it up and keeping it going. Kevin Blackburn picking up that spot. But it's Spaulding showing the way. The 17S of Mike Spaulding looking strong. White flag, 1 to go. Gustin running in that second spot. Colt Mather in third. Tommy Weeder in 4th. Off of turn number 4, checkered flag for Bemidji, Minnesota driver, Mike Spaulding. Ryan Gustin in second.
Mike Spaulding not only held off the Reaper in Heat 3, but checks out and gets the attention of the Gressel team.
Damn, Spaulding's got some ponies. Holy
Take that cushion away from there and it'll be a little different.
Oh, it's so good. Doesn't look like it's rolling too much or anything. But we needed that. That was yeah, you lured in that. That was a good run. The track was rough. Car was happy. Car felt good. Corey's got this BC chassis working real good. I'm pretty happy with the most power underneath. As long as you don't get hit, we seem to run pretty good. So looking forward to the A main now. We should be in the draw.
The Spaulding team is closer than ever to a breakthrough win. Certainly a long way from this scene in Bemidji, Minnesota less than a year ago.
We're going to be up pretty quick here. I'm going to try and check a few things. Just make sure our fuel system's right.
The initial test of the new motor in the 14 car was good, but not perfect.
Right. I'll, as soon as Sponge gets it on the ground, I'll recheck I'll level it up here a little bit and go through the floats again. But
You want to run that Stealth we got back? That big Stealth?
Yeah, I'd rather run that.
Carburetor? Yeah, he said it ain't running right.
And John isn't the only one trying to tune a motor that isn't quite right.
It's just really, really lazy on the bottom, and then once it does something, whatever it does, cleans itself out or whatnot, it just blows the tires off of it. Gonna change carburetors here.
A carburetor change in less than 10 minutes. But the Reaper won't have a chance to test it before feature time. Al Haina has another opportunity to work out the problems in the 7 car. He and Derek Ramirez will have to qualify through the B main. With fewer cars in the field tonight, Haina and Ramirez will only have to crack the top 10 in the B to make the feature. The 4R starts comfortably in third, but the A train will have to work his way in by passing at least 2 cars.
Here we go, B main.
The last chance qualifier B main is on the Southern Iowa Speedway in Oskaloosa, Iowa. Dirt Knight's Derek Ramirez and Al Haina are fighting for a ticket to the feature.
Kevin Blackburn, Mark Elliott 1-2. Ron Verbeek in third. Fourth, Derek Ramirez. Blackburn showing the way, Elliott in second, now the 4R's going at it. Ron Verbeek and Derek Ramirez. In fifth, it's Ryan Reuter now about over that 6th spot. On the speedway, it's Zach Vanderbeek and Tommy Meyer. Ron Verbeek in third, Ramirez in fourth. Reuter running in that 5th position in 6th. Tommy Meyer 7th. Zach Vanderbeek. Out on top showing the way, it is Kevin Blackburn. Kevin Blackburn showing the way. In second, Mark Elliott. Third, Ron Verbeek. And Derek Ramirez in fourth. But he's got company. Good, hard racing for that 4th and 5th position. The triple nickel, Ryan Reuter. Side butter chassis up into that 4th position. The big speed bullet, Tommy Meyer up into 5th. Tommy Meyer, the 65, takes over that 4th position. Tommy Meyer started 9th. He's up to 4th in the 65. Him and Reuter going at it. Now Tommy Meyer looking for that 3rd spot. Him and Ron Verbeek wheel to wheel, door to door for that 3rd spot. The big speed bullet on the move in the black 65. Verbeek and Meyer. Meyer to the inside. Tommy Meyer takes over that 3rd position. Blackburn showing the way, Elliott in 2nd, Meyer in 3rd, 4th, Verbeek, 5th, Reuter, 6th, Ramirez, 7th, Vanderbeek, 8th, Jones, 9th, Haina, and 10th, Shafter. Off a turn 4, Fulton, Missouri driver, Kevin Blackburn.
Derek Ramirez struggles but survives to make the cut. And Al Haina also squeaks into the feature just inside the cut line. Not good enough to answer any questions for the A train.
I don't know what I was bitching about in the heat race because the car was a lot worse than the... Oh, man. Still bottom and the right front clear out.
Yeah, that might right on that aluminum fitting if you could put another piece of aluminum or something right.
Just take a piece of tin and zip tie in there?
I think so. I mean, it'll help a little.
The new motor in the 14 has been troublesome all night. High oil and water temps are a major concern.
Oil temp issues in that heat race. But hopefully we're not running the engine as hard. feature here, so maybe it'll be a little easier on our oil temp.
Well, it got warm because it won't run. It's like a governor.
The motor on the 31 is also acting a little sick tonight.
Take jet, I mean, we could take jet out of it. We got more jet than we've ever ran in anything, 140s. And I think I'm going to bump up the timing a little bit because it should run at more than 30.
In a somewhat unusual twist, the most confident guy in the pits with the feature just moments away is Heat 2 winner Mike Spaulding.
Well, we do second row outside for the main, so we got a good starting spot. Brad Pinkerton, he's one of the local favorites here. He drew pole, so he'll be tough to beat. But I think we can get a good start right up on that high side. I think we might have a chance of winning the main. Could really use that right now.
With a new carb under the hood, the Reaper rolls out for the feature. The 14 car with its test motor is also ready to roll. And in the 36 car, the Herminator is ready to line them up and turn them loose.
I'm ready to race. It's a fast racetrack. Starting 8th. I didn't do a very good job. I made the redraw. I was 6th. There was 3 cards left. A 2, a 4, and an 8. And I drew 8. So I start 8th. Earnhardt. That's his old number. Woo!
As is always the case on a big track like this one, starting position is key. Mike Spaulding starts on the outside of row 2 with the Reaper right behind him. John Tesh and Corey Dripp start in the middle of the pack with Derek Ramirez and Al Haina toward the back.
2x2 side by side of a turn 4 modified madness coming at you. Colt Mather out on top, showing the way. Mather, Spaulding, 1-2. Scott Dickey and Brad Pinkerton, 3rd and 4th. Into turns 3 and 4. The Snickers, Casey's General Store, car number 8, Colt Mather. Mather showing the way. Spaulding in 2nd. Ryan Gustin on the hammer. He's up into that 3rd spot. 4th, Scott Dickey. Well, hang on. Mike Spaulding, Brad Pinkerton. Oh, car upside down over in turns number 4. We have got red out on the Speedway, race fans. Now they're showing the way. Spaulding in 2nd. Ryan Gustin on the hammer. He's up into that 3rd spot. 4th, Scott Dickey. Well, hang on. Mike Spaulding, Brad Pinkerton. Oh, car upside down over in turns number 4. We have got red out on the Speedway, race fans.
A rough start to the USMTS Hunt feature in Oskaloosa, Iowa tonight, and it began with the breakdown of a lightning-fast 17S car. Mike Spaulding got a great start and was up to 2nd after just 1 lap, but seemed to lose power in turn 4, where Brad Pinkerton came from behind and slammed into his left rear. Pinkerton took out Tim Donlinger, and as Al Haina stopped to avoid the pileup, he was tagged from behind by Ryan Schaefer, who ended up on his roof. Schaefer climbs out of the wreck okay, but for Mike Spaulding, who had one of the fastest cars on the track tonight, the race is over.
I don't know what happened. We had a strong car. I dare say we would have won that race. Running 2nd and come into the corner. It was real rough out there, and all of a sudden the car just stopped. It won't fire now, so I don't know if it jumped out of gear, if we broke a distributor cap or a rotor or what. But big car was fast tonight. It's kind of a shame.
Back on the track, they're ready to light him up again, and Ryan Gustin will restart in seconds.
Gustin and Dickey on the rear bumper. Here we go. Green light, green flag. Modifies coming at you. Ryan Gustin getting a good restart out on top, showing the way, the 19R. Mather running in that second spot, Jason Hughes in third. Battle for that fourth spot, side by side, for that third and fourth position. Colt Mather back to the inside, Mather out on top, showing the way. Colt Mather, Ryan Gustin 1-2. Jason Hughes in third, Tommy Weeder in fourth. John Tesh up into that fifth spot in the 14. Gustin to the inside. Gustin and Mather going at it, wheel to wheel, door to door. The two youngsters going at it, Ryan Gustin. Colt Mather to the outside. Mather with the advantage. Still side by side for that top spot down the backside. Here the Reaper, the 19R of Ryan Gustin. Gustin and Mather. Colt Mather working the advantage off the top. Going at it side by side, Ryan Gustin, Colt Mather, Mather back to the inside. Colt Mather and Ryan Gustin. Colt Mather, Ryan Gustin putting on a show. Hughes in that third spot, Tesh in fourth, Rodney Sanders in fifth. 12 laps down, 12 down, 8 to go. Out on top, showing the way, it's Ryan Gustin.
The Reaper is checking out, and behind him, John Tesh is up from 10th to 4th. But with just a few laps to go, the test engine has had enough, and Tesh pulls off.
I watched my oil temp creep all the way up, and then my water temp started rising. I just pulled off because my oil temp and water temp are both pegged, and this isn't my engine. I'm not going to go wrecking somebody else's stuff, so we're not going to finish tonight. Kind of sucks.
This time by will be 17 laps down.
On the track, there is little doubt about the outcome of this one, with the Reaper on cruise control.
Out on top, showing the way this time by on the turn 4. White flag, 1 to go. Gustin, Hughes, 1-2. Mather in that third spot. 4th, Rodney Sanders. 5th, Mark Elliott. 6th, Tommy Meyer. 7th, Corey Drift. 8th, Tommy Weeder. 9th, Scott Dickey. Double checkers off of turn 4 for Ryan Gustin.
For an incredible 16th time this season, Ryan Gustin rolls onto victory lane in the 19R.
Making his way out, Ryan Gustin.
He did a hell of a job driving it, I know that. You know, he drove it, everything he had. He said he's pretty tired, arms are worn out, so.
The track ended up tearing up pretty good there. I was hoping it wasn't going to, but ended up tearing up. A lot of people tore a lot of stuff up. We ended up getting out the lead there, probably about halfway, and kept the car nice and wide, made sure no one showed me a nose, and drove off, ended up winning.
The Reaper can't do any more than he has to close the gap on Jason Hughes in the national championship race. But Hughes just won't let it happen. Another second tonight, and the 12 car has finished the top 5 in all but 2 of the Hunt races. His lead heading into the final 4 races is a comfortable 75 points. A rough night on the Mahaska County Monster is over. And like so many nights before, very few will get out of Oskaloosa without some bent sheet metal and busted parts. But also, like so many nights before, there's no time to dwell on it, as the Dirt Knights pack them up and hit the road for the final stretch run of the season. Next week on Dirt Knights.
For everything south of this road has been underwater.
Never seen this much rain before.
Hey! 1 to 3 inches more possibly.